This video is another one about criticism in the context of perfectionism and doing things perfectly enough. Because usually, I'm not saying this is you and this is everyone, but usually people with stomach issues, we struggle with a lot of criticism. Like, we struggle with anger and we struggle with criticism, and it's because we've been criticized a lot in our childhood, and those unconscious patterns, right, unconscious mind patterns that are just all in our gut and we're holding that in, it's there, and we're just really judgmental about how good we're doing things and whether it's good enough. We're just pushing ourselves, and it really roots down to shame too. See, this criticism and this, like, I need to do this perfectly, I don't know if this is enough, we usually think and believe deep down it's that we believe that we're not enough. And when you let go, right, of this idea of needing to be perfect, it might, or doing things perfectly or doing more, it might really just scare you, right? And I struggled with that for a long time, and sometimes, I still struggle a little bit with that. But before, it would literally just, it would paralyze me. My perfectionism trait, it just paralyzed me, and I was so afraid of just not doing good enough and not being good enough, and there was just so much shame there. And when I started feeling out the shame, so the pain and the shame, like, I would come to this awareness that, so whatever you're doing, right, that you're stressed out with, check in with yourself. Are you pressuring yourself to be perfect? Are you, like, struggling with perfectionism issues? And then think about your childhood, think about the criticism and who expected you to be perfect, right? And start feeling it out. Start feeling out, oh my gosh, wow, I just, it sucks. It sucks. And how I got through that, and it was just so many layers and layers and layers and layers, is to really feel the pain of that shame. Just feeling to cry it out, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, and then I would just cry, and it just, that's what I would do. And then it would start getting a little bit better, and there would be less and less tears, and then eventually what happened is just fear, like the fear of not being good enough. So you start feeling fear. So first it's like this painful shame, and then it's fear, and then it's just keep feeling out the fear, and then finally one day you can relax and be like, I'm not perfect. And that's actually a good thing, because being perfect, we're not meant to be perfect. We're humans. We are supposed to make mistakes. We are supposed to be flawed in the things that we do. We're supposed to be. That's the natural human. Natural human has to make mistakes and be flawed, because if everything was done in this order, this perfect order, we're no longer this creative human. In a lot of ways, we are like nature. Like, we belong to nature, and nature, the way that trees blow and the way the water flows and the way the sky moves, it's so imperfect. It's so not in this perfect order at all. And it's really coming back to that flow. It's really coming to the truth that you are perfect already in your imperfections. That's what makes you perfect. Yeah, that's what makes you perfect. And there's a saying that, you know, my friend told me this, and I'm in love with it, is that a fake diamond it's perfect, but a real diamond is totally flawed and imperfect. So if you are who you are and you're being true to yourself, the more mistakes you make, the more authentic you are, the more real of a diamond you are. You'll come to know that, you know, as you keep allowing the pain and your shame to be felt when you're triggered with something that you're doing that's, you know, triggering this perfectionism thing that you're, oh my gosh, I'm trying to be perfect, and you're starting to become aware of that, and you're working through that and allowing the fear of not being good enough, and keep feeling that fear. Keep feeling it, like just drain it out. And one day, your stomach, like your heart mind and your gut mind, will know that it is so beautiful to be imperfect. It'll be no longer a criticism.